Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick and today we're building another house in The Sims 4. Today, in the spirit of Halloween, it's coming up in just a few weeks, I'm building Jeffrey Dahmer's childhood home. So definitely a little spooky, but nothing about the house really reflects that a serial killer grew up here. I actually think he killed his first person here. So definitely a spooky place. I imagine it would be pretty haunted if you were to actually live here or visit. But in the game, it's just a mid-century modern house on a cool hill. So right now you can see I'm building it on this smaller lot in Windenburg. I'm gonna move it in just a second to a bigger one so that I can get in all of the rooms that I want to. This house has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. Like I said earlier, it's a mid-century modern home, which is really fun for me to do personally. I really like this style. I think a lot of the items in the game work really well to it, or work really well for it, and I just had a lot of fun with this one. So some of the features in this house are a cozy den, which actually is behind those set of double doors right on screen. There's an expansive deck, which you've probably noticed throughout the video. It goes all the way on the front side of the house, off to the side, and once I move it over to a bigger one, it takes up even more space. This right here is a plant-filled sunroom. It's really cool. I made use of the glass roofs, and you can take some really nice screenshots in there. There's one at the end of this video with all the other screenshots of this room in particular, and I think it turned out really, really nicely. This build took me a lot longer than I expected. The terrain manipulation was definitely the most complicated that I've done yet. Here you can see I've put it on a bigger lot, which gives me a lot more room to play around with, but I was just playing with it for quite some time. Here I'm expanding the house even more and getting in all of the rooms that I want. This house costs 90,018 simoleons on the Sims 4 gallery. If you want to download it, it does not have any custom content, so you're good to put it right in your game as is, and you can find it on the Sims 4 gallery under my username, NickLastGame. I used a lot of packs in this house. Pretty much every expansion pack, a lot of the game packs, but if you don't have it, that's okay. The game will just fill it in with all of the content that you do have. So no requirements really to download this. It might just look a little differently if you don't have all the same stuff as me, but really no big deal. You also can go in and change anything you want to. One thing I might have done differently is put it on an even bigger lot so that I really could make the most of the terrain manipulation, make it look a little bit more smooth. You can see I add all these plants around the house really to help disguise some of the more dramatic jumps in terrain, the really steep stuff. I also added in these rocks that I moved down and I think really helped to camouflage a lot of that area. Now we're on the outside of the house, and although this is made after Jeffrey Dahmer's house, not all of the interior is exactly the same. I looked at some real estate pictures and based it off of that, but I also wanted to add a little bit of my own touch and obviously had to work with what the game had. So I don't know if in the real one there's a grill out front on the porch, but I figured it'd be really helpful in the game. Now this house does not have a garage, which is a big change for me. A lot of my previous houses did have garages, but this one, I love how it sits on this lot. Not sure which one it is. You can see it in the top left corner, but I can't read that right now. But that's the lot where it's placed in the game, and I think it makes this really nice peak to this big hill. And the house isn't too big or anything, but I think it really sticks out and fits the environment nicely outside of all the Tudor homes around it. But you know, if you forget about that, I think the placement of the house works. Now we're on the inside decorating the den. Could be the front door. I honestly don't know which door is the front one for the house, but I think it would be this one. The room with all the plants, the sunroom, is off the back, and although it seems like it has a separate entrance, it doesn't appear to be the most appropriately located entrance for the house, because it is on the back, not really connected to the front or in the real house where the driveway is. So this is actually one of my favorite things I've ever done in a living room. I think it really customizes the space, where you're able to see all these different types of decor items in this built-in wall unit for the TV. I really liked it. Definitely gonna consider doing that in some houses in the future, maybe with some different items, different counters, different everything. But I've talked about the inside of this house long enough, so it's spooky season, my friends. What are you guys doing to celebrate? I'm gonna be having a Halloween party. I watched American Horror Story Hotel again, which was great. I built this house, which is definitely Halloween themed. All of my builds for the next little bit, until Halloween actually comes, will be somewhat related to the topic. But if you see this video and there's something spooky you'd want me to build, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you want to see. And I could potentially start building that, and you would see it on this channel. But I'm always open to suggestions. If it's not a Halloween themed suggestion, there is a great chance I'll get to it. It will just be after the season, and then I'll probably do some Christmas builds, some more fall stuff, and once I've done more wintry ones, maybe transition back into just all year round, or mix it in, who knows, whatever inspires me. But for the time being, expect Halloween themed builds. Now, this dining table is actually way bigger than you would really need for a house this size, unless you're hosting a lot of people. I said before there's 3 bedrooms. They all have double beds, so you really could do whatever you would like with them. Put any family in here. You can make one of them more kid focused or toddler focused or teen focused, whatever you would like. But there's 3 pretty generic bedrooms. Obviously, if you put in a twin bed, you're gonna add a lot of space to the room. But I'll explain the different rooms as we get to them. Right now, we're in the kitchen, and I actually really like this little corner rug that I did. I've never done it before. Thought it was just a cool little detail. The shape of this kitchen is also really nice. It's pretty long, but it has everything you would need. Actually, I don't think there's a microwave. So if you would like a microwave, download the house and go add one in. But I don't believe I added one. I think there's 2 sinks though. So you can wash your hands several times, but if you want to microwave something, you're out of luck as is. This right here, there were no pictures of the 3rd bedroom that I could find on the internet, so I just totally made it up. So it has this nice green theme, very easy, very simple. This one is master, which has its own fireplace and this mirrored wall, has a walk-in closet. This was the room that made me realize I needed to make the house a lot bigger several times, because this one was just too small, and I couldn't fit in that extra bedroom, but I think it turned out incredible. I love the layout of this house. I think it's really cool. I would love to renovate it, or see your renovations of it, where you do whatever you want with it. But I think it's a really cool house. Now this is what I imagine would be like a kid's room. Honestly, I don't think any of the real estate listing pictures were of the house as Jeffrey Dahmer would have lived in it. That's probably for the best. So think of this as just another mid-century modern house with a spooky little Halloween twist. Well, thank you for watching. Now we're going to transition to some screenshots, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.